There are experts out there that say that there's 7 types of crawling. No, there's not. There's only one type of crawling on all fours. That's it.
In this video, you're going to learn what optimal crawling looks like, what non-optimal crawling looks like, and the foundational milestones needed for your baby to crawl optimally. Welcome to Movement Lesson. Find our links in the description below.
One of the biggest misconceptions on milestone development is army crawling. So why do I have army crawling instead of all fours? It's actually quite simple. Everything else is locomotion. It's not a crawl. So the one-legged, the bear, the army crawling, they're not crawling. And second of all, when people say that, they have not evaluated your child. So when you don't have good foundational movements, so if you don't have a good tummy time, you don't have a good rolling over, you're not grabbing your feet, and you're not coming to sitting, and all of these kind of things, now on top of that, you want all four crawling. And so let me just show you where it comes at. Tummy time happens right after birth. The nasal midline needs to cross to happen for tummy time. This establishes weight transfer and transitional movements in the simplest forms. This is what tummy time is for. If you think tummy time is to lift a head, you and I can lift our head. Babies do not. They push the pelvis in and they do this and that's a pre-crawl. You can see it right there. It's a pre-crawl. So now you're missing this foundation because again, you're starting to see this and oh, my baby hates tummy time. Of course they do because they feel like they're drowning. So now the same thing happens when your baby is on their back and they're playing, right? The playing should look like this where it's like a pump, right? It should not look like this. Warning signs in play. I don't want to see the arms out, and I really don't want to see the head separated. The head stays with the pubic bone, and I'm here, and I'm here, and oh, I see something, and bam, I'm rolling over. And bam, I'm coming back. That's rolling over. Rolling over should not be a crunch. It should not be a back arch and doing all of these kind of things. That's not a rolling over. It's about getting them good foundational milestones. Rolling over should, again, look like this nice smooth here. I can stop, start, come back, go over, and come over, and I'm catching air. And your baby should be grabbing their feet. That happens around 4.5 months. And what grabbing the feet should look like is, again, just like playing, like I said, it should be a pump. Your baby should be pumping like this. That's grabbing the feet. This is not grabbing the feet. This is not grabbing the feet. The reason they're grabbing their feet is, again, they're learning how to bring their body away from the floor and gravity. This is the easiest way to start to do it, right? And they're starting to get all this. This is necessary. It's one of the biggest overlooked milestones, grabbing the feet, a proper grabbing the feet, because, again, this will eventually be coming to sitting. Now you have sitting up. Sitting up should be independent sitting around 5.5 months, right? But not sitting up like this. Again, midline issues that they want to come to here. Sitting up should be able to start to go over. See, they're crossing midline. They can cross midline. They can start to bring a toy to you. That's the whole presence of sitting up independent. Eventually, it'll go into side sitting. Eventually it's going to go into all fours, but it won't without coming to sitting. Independent sitting, again, is around 5.5 months. It's 6.5 months. Now your baby can go look for something and come up to sitting and come down to sitting, right? That happens around 6.5 months. Now look at that. The pelvis opens up. I can go into all fours. Okay? But if you think just putting a child into all fours is going to get crawling, that's not going to happen. They have to be able to transition in and out. But around 7.5 months of age is when they should be going from that sitting into all fours and going into that and then back and forth. And they can go into sitting into the left and sitting into the right into all fours. That's the whole precursors of what needs to happen. So, but if coming to sitting doesn't happen, now your child's sort of rolling over at 6 months of age. They're about here, and this is why you have army crawl. And then also, if I push up into sitting, this is where you get the W sitting as well.
In order to achieve optimal 4-point crawling, your baby needs a strong foundation in previous milestones, including tummy time, rolling over, grabbing their feet, independent sitting, and coming to sitting. To learn more on optimal milestone performances, non-optimal milestone warnings, and exercises that you can do with your baby To improve their milestones, watch our YouTube videos on these foundational milestones.